and 12. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
What's up, my Steelers fans? We are rebuilding the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025. As you can see, they're 2-2. We're 4 games in. If you would like to see the first 4 games before we start this game, I'm going to put in the top pinned comment the playlist for all 4 games. You can start at week 1 and see how they're playing. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the best offensive playbooks in Madden 25, and that means Will Howard is playing out of his absolute mind. Now, this video is coming out right after the news of Aaron Rodgers signing with the Steelers. We have made an executive decision that we weren't going to put Aaron Rodgers back in the game. We were going to go with Will Howard. And now that we found out about Aaron Rodgers signing with the Steelers, now we have to make a decision. Do we put Aaron Rodgers as the starting quarterback of this team? You let me know. This is not just my rebuild. It is your rebuild. So for the rest of 2025, will the Pittsburgh Steelers be led by one Aaron Rodgers, or are we going to stick with Will Johnson, who's absolutely tearing it up this season? We'll take a look at the stats real quick before we get into this game. Will Howard, 1,100 yards, 7 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's so clutch. He looks great. We're running the ball as well. Very balanced. Caleb Johnson, he's doing very well. Will Howard's rushing the ball when he needs to. Jalen Warren's doing very well. So we got a nice 2-back system going on here. Calvin Austin's having a career year, and DK Metcalf is, well, he's pretty much as advertised. He's doing very well. Defense is one of our problems. You can't run on this team, but you can pass all over them. So maybe that sounds like the real Pittsburgh Steelers to most people. So let's get into this game. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along with the Pittsburgh Steelers, or if you're just interested in seeing how every team plays out 2025. I am slow simming every game of the 2025 season until we crown a Super Bowl champion. So if you want to know what's going to happen before the season even starts, I got you covered right here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're into this, and sit back and enjoy.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw, or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
Second down, it's Fields. This complete to Corley. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
On the handoff, here comes Hall. And this will be a short pickup down to the 45. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Fields. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Fields. Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Jets. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the former Buckeye, their rookie quarterback out of Ohio State.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. And the Steelers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Look like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
False start. Offline.
On the run, here's Hall. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start. And you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll look to throw. Metcalf makes the grab again. And they have the 1st down. So they get the completion on 1st and 5. And now they'll set up 1st and 10. A carry here for Warren. That would qualify as an angry run, powering his way forward. A pickup of 7. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd down and 3. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Back to throw is Fields. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Off the play action, here's Fields. Looking deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Fields from the gun on third down. He's got his man right side. It's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and a yard. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Fields. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. They will run it over center with Hall. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Fields now on 2nd down. Down the field, he's got his receiver, Lazard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Fields. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
I'll give on the ground, and he'll work this down inside the 35. That's Jermaine Johnson there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. This one grabbed by Austin. Austin. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7. He finds Austin with the grab. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
Now, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
He'll take, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Joey Porter Jr. that time up to make the play. Second down, it's Fields. Off he goes. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
A throw left side taken in by Corley. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Steelers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a 2nd defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the 1st half, it hasn't worked. Finding room at the 35. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Warren. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Once again, it's Warren. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 21-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now, Fields. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he will go all the way. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, New York. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets draw closer here. It's 21-14. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. Right side. It's Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Washington. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Back to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. First and 10 now from the 36. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Back to the air once more on second down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Fields now to throw on first down. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. There's a short one caught by Fryermuth. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. He's got his tight end. That's Fryermuth.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now he'll run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
He'll get this out to his running back. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They send the tight end in motion. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. He'll be brought down at the 37, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Pat Fryermuth. Touchdown, Steelers.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Throwing is Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. 3rd and long. Fields. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And now here comes the punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at his own 30. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Warren. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Good running inside the 25. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's a run. Marked down at the 6. Here now, 2nd down and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw, and he can't get away. Down he goes, back at the 16.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
He's going to get this down to the 8, but that is it. Defense holds him there, and they force 4th down. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Fields now on 2nd down. That'll be batted down He was looking for Malachi Corley. And it's going to be third down. To throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on third down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down. Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time. Second down, it's Fields. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Slay.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. On the ground, this is Warren. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there. And a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And they get it at the 18-yard line. The drive stays alive. First down picked up. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Back to the ground after the penalty. Not much happening there, just a short gain. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
He's got it at the 3. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's Warren. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is a 1st National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I could promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Right.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to
Neutral zone
jump?
infraction. Defense.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That one taken in by Corley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 1st down, Fields. Quick throw, taken in. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.